with the senoritas. I'm gonna say Joseph's probably just checking over his weapon feverishly and, well, getting himself psyched up for almost certainly uh, a battle to commence before sundown.
Yeah, I
Okay.
imagine Will's probably just having one of his newly acquired liquor bottles and probably just checking over all his guns, making sure that everything's loaded, everything's cleaned. Hopefully that there's no issues.
Yeah, well, same here. Checking if everything's loaded and ready for fire. And once that's done, I'm probably going to be biting my nails. Expecting just somebody to jump in front of the car and start yelling something in Russian.
Certainly, yeah. All right.
Yeah, Will's definitely busy drinking, and he doesn't notice anything. He rolled a 5 altogether.
I got a 17.
Yeah, 18. But that's pretty much the same as 17.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So you said there was a second bridge? Because I know there's the one bridge by the truck stop. But okay. Oh, so this is way down there, yeah. Surprised there wasn't like some kind of highway or roadblock or inspection area, given that we're on a major highway. I guess They must really not be doing too well.
Alternatively, they might just think they're strong enough, so strong that they don't need to worry about defense.
Damn it!
Don't worry, we got RPG, right? Right? We got an RPG.
I don't think we want to waste it on a couple of guys.
Okay.
Heat missile is anti-tank after all.
Yeah.
Who has the heat missile, by the way?
I think we
it's all of
purchased it.
us
Yeah,
as
I
a
think we
group.
purchased it and put it in the vehicles, so any of us have access to it.
All right. So, I kind of forgot part of the leveling up to level 6 where you actually get a skill. So I decided to take heavy weapons. So I can actually use it.
Well, go
Without
ahead
a two
when you feel like the right time. So.
Yeah, it's not the right time right now, though.
No, okay.
Obviously.
It probably came with a manual, I imagine. So
Yeah.
Joseph has been thoroughly reading it.
How hard can it be?
Exactly. Will's gonna ready his.
Let's not blow ourselves up.
He's gonna ready his MP5 because that's probably the least restrictive weapon in the vehicle.
Kinda don't think it will happen, but
We got like what? 6 trucks behind us, a police car in front of us. This is very clearly a war party. I think our best hope is that they surrender.
Our best hope, yeah. I feel like we should just do some blitzkrieg on these Russians. What do you say?
If we're able to push through if we're able to push through, I'm all for it. But I don't know how well prepared this is.
I mean, it's just a couple of guys. They don't expect it as well, so should work out well.
All right. So the plan is blow straight through them.
Yeah, like spearhead.
All right. I'm gonna radio over to everyone in the convoy. We're coming up on a roadblock. We're gonna power straight through it. Make sure you are accelerating about as much as whoever's in front of you. And then I'll radio to the police interceptor leading the convoy. Full speed ahead.
Okay, I'll shout, "Take no prisoners!"
That's called a war crime. We're going to be hanged for it if we don't take it.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to ask. Are these ARM or sorry? Are these what are they called? The militia guys, or are they Soviet military? Okay. But I didn't mean to say ARM, by the way, because I know that's our guys. I forget what were they called, the guys with the red berets?
They're like recruits.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I suppose. Yeah,
They're more like thugs rather than actual army men.
These guys are pretty awful shots, it seems. I don't know how it would be possible to not hit a semi.
Vodka.
Vodka, yeah. They were aiming at the trailer instead of the truck itself. We got a deer in there, of course, but Oh, man. Well, the one with no brakes can't really afford to stop, can it? Well, then I guess we keep going. Uh, I'm, hmm. I'm going to radio over no stopping. Plan remains unchanged. We'll regroup. I'll, I'll, I'll radio over when we need to regroup. Hmm. Well, this is a bit of a challenge
Maybe.
because we can't very well drive through into military utility vehicles.
Mm. We'll go around them.
And I don't really want to waste that heat rocket. Plus, we'd have to still clear the wreckage off the road. So this is like the big intersection by um, like in Huntersville, right? This is the big intersection in Huntersville, right? Of 77 and 485. Okay. So our options for going around them are looking to be, we can either peel off and take this like outer lane of 485, which would take us east, which we do need to go east, but we also, more importantly, we need to go south. So, well, it does eventually loop around south, so I guess we could do that. Yeah. We would be going all the way around Charlotte, though, which might be a good thing because Soviet controlled. The problem with 485, though, is I'm still thinking about this. Is once we go all the way, we'd have to make like a semicircle around the city, and then we'd have to get back on the 77 because 485 it branches off into bypass 74, and that doesn't really lead. Well, that leads to Marshville, but that's not anywhere we need to go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the best option is to loop around and rejoin the 77 south of the city, if possible. I mean, that's completely up to if Trevor can do that and if the other vehicles can as well.
Well, okay, so it looks like 77, there's just like an error with displaying the road on Google Maps. So it does actually, 74 rather, bypass 74, actually does keep going all the way to Wilmington in North Carolina. And from there, straight shot down to, well, actually, we would get off on 95, and then it's a straight shot to Columbia. Well, actually, no. It's faster to get back on a 77. Never mind. Sorry about that. Well, I guess my vote would be going around Charlotte and getting back on a 77 because it is the fastest way, and we're gonna absolutely need to have at least some element of surprise.
That sounds good to me. Hopefully the convoys don't catch up or try to stop us later. But let's keep moving as fast as we can.
All right. So I'll radio to the interceptor. Take the exit onto 485 and get ready to get into the left lane by the time we are coming back onto 77. So are the guys standing outside of their utility vehicles? So Joseph, he's in the firing platform, the second trailer, and he's been basically like on his belly on the mattress, trying not to be seen. And he's going to stand up and salute them and flip them off with his other hand. And yell some very vulgar utterances in Russian, which he knows. Exactly.
Oh,
Oh, that reminds me. How many heat missiles did we get? Because I know we spent like all of my and Will's money on it.
I think there were 3. I think.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll probably watch the episode back and, or I'll watch the session back, session 16, and I'll put it in chat. I'll do that later.
I vaguely remember us purchasing one with which it came with, and then I think we purchased another 2. So we should have 3, but we can double check.
I'm gonna radio to the last. I'm gonna radio to the trucks. Guys in the back, are we being followed? Well, I'll probably say their names because Joseph's made an effort to get to know everyone. So I'm gonna say their names, and then are we being followed? You're doing great. Thanks for letting me know. We are going to have a lot of repairs to do. And we are probably not going to be able to pay for the parts to do it. I suggest you all acquaint yourselves with the possibility that we may have to rob an auto parts store. Certainly.
Well, you guys sound like you're having fun, actually. Meanwhile, Fernando's like sweating quite a lot and under a lot of stress. Well, what are these guys again? Civilians. Well, let's arm them and recruit them quickly. Maybe they're fellow citizens.
And they are standing in the road. I'm gonna radio to everyone. Slow it down a bit. I'm gonna try to talk to these guys.
Just stop giving the car so much.
Well, okay, so how far ahead are they? There's actually a table in the MYFAROG book um, where it says like when when an encounter begins, how far they are away. They have the larger party, so we would have an advantage in being further away because of that when we see them. I think it's like a perception check that one of us has to do. It's in the advanced encounters section. I don't currently have my MYFAROG book with me right now, so otherwise I'd tell you the page number.
Was that who spots who first, or what? What is that?
It's how far away they are when you see them.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. I'm going to tell everyone stop giving your vehicles gas, and hopefully we can talk to them. Worst case scenario, I have to jump out.
or worse, or even worse. Something
Well, actually,
else
worst
happened.
case scenario, I jump out and then they slit my throat because they're Soviet soldiers on leave.
Maybe,
We
but I
could let
don't think so.
we could let the rest of the convoy just keep rolling slower up the road, and we can pull off to the side if you'd prefer.
Hmm.
I mean, we can always catch up later, but we're splitting up a bit.
Yeah. We could tell them just like
Goodness.
go at a slower pace so that we can catch up to you.
Well, main point is we got to talk to these people to know what the hell they are and who they are.
Yeah. We don't want to get like, even if they might not be armed, they could still cause problems for us. Because if they are sympathetic to the enemy, they might.
Yeah, they might just
keep
start
our
panicking.
Yeah. So I guess we will tell everyone stop giving your vehicles gas, and then we'll pull off away from everyone else and just pull right up to them.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I'd like to bring my compatriots William Summers and Fernando Garcia with me.
Yep, Will's not gonna let anybody go by themselves.
It was Freitas, not Garcia.
Yes, it's all forgiven. Don't worry.
I don't know where I got that from. Yeah.
Well, you know what? It kind of works. Yeah, or Enrique or something.
Enrique would be a first name.
Hey, what would it be? I didn't know
I just know he gets killed. We just find out Mexican, you know.
that. Well,
And they're in civilian clothes, right? I'll go up to the one who got on his knees and ask and say, "No need for that. Get on your feet. Do you speak English?" All right. What's your affiliation? All right. Now, you guys are going to get executed if you get caught. So, I'd like you to know that before I tell you anything about us. We are heading down. We are heading down. About how many hours driving? Actually, just a sec. If I look up. I'm looking up the distance. All right, so we're gonna head about an hour and a half south, and like I said, you tell this to the Soviets, they're gonna kill you anyway. We're heading about an hour and a half south, and then we're gonna head all the way out of Soviet territory. That's what I'd like you to know about us. Would you like to come with us?
hey, just jump on the fucking vehicles if you agree.
Yeah, get in the beds of those trucks, I guess. We are not with the Soviets, no. We're actually, I suppose now that you're with us, I can tell you this. We're heading to Columbia, South Carolina, and we are going to raid a factory that produces, well, a shit ton of machine guns. We're going to head out of Soviet territory and start arming anyone with basically anyone who we think is an American citizen. Me and Fernando here, we came all the way from Ohio. We found Will here. Sorry, what state was that again? That was West Virginia, right? Yeah, we found him in West Virginia. These gentlemen here, and I'll gesture to the trucks. They're all from Virginia. Or no, that was West Virginia as well. It was kind of on the border, wasn't it? And we ain't come that far just to die. I'll have you know this. We have in mind one goal: total victory, final victory, the expulsion of all Reds from U.S. soil. Now, I imagine Joseph would either know this or I could radio to the others and ask, but do we have extra weapons we could give these guys, or are we just going to have to hope they don't get shot at? Yeah. Oh, oh boy. I'll tell you what. Any of you guys have military experience or know how to shoot handguns? I'm talking to the guys who we found. All right. Whoever has served the most recently, I will give the 3 guns we have, and the 3 of them that have most recently served are going to get the guns. And I'm going to wish them all good luck. And tell them, get in the truck beds. My final order of business, unless anyone else wants to do anything, is going to be asking the guys without brakes to drive behind us, like at the end of the convoy, rather than, I believe you said they were second to last before. Yeah, I'm going to have them in the back now. I just know it was at some point. I think probably would have been in the early 2000s that they would have replaced it. Given that 1990s were like late 80s through the 1990s were more of a time of austerity. They weren't really upgrading much. They got bored. Probably. I'm gonna see if I can get some sleep, and I'll advise everyone who isn't driving a vehicle to do the same, because we're gonna be. It's only an hour and a half from, and a little bit less because we're outside of this city now. We're all the way around it, so it's going to be less than an hour and 20 minutes before we are in Colombia. All right.
He needs to take a line. You know what kind of a line I'm talking about. Maybe we'll wake him up a little bit.
I'll tell you what. I bet our best. Like they're not going to come on the road, like on the interstate, to try to get us, because they probably expect that we're going to keep going. So what if we were to? I'm trying to find somewhere where there isn't a settlement nearby where we could stop, but it's a very heavily populated area. If we go all the way
that's
down,
what I meant. Like, I meant like we could keep going if we have like some kind of stimulant, like to make sure we don't fall asleep. I mean, they don't fall asleep. What's his name? Trevor doesn't fall
if we
asleep.
go past Rock Hill and Leslie, if we go past that, we can get to a point where it's this really hilly area, and very wooded as well, and there's no settlements around, and we can stop there, get into the middle of the road, like between the north going and south going lanes, and then we can rest there.
What if we get found?
If we get found, then
Then it's I guess fighting to the last man.
we didn't come all this way just to get ambushed in the night. So
Yeah, I know, but
so what if
they have a helicopter.
What if we leave
They
the
would know.
vehicles in the middle, and then we ourselves camp in the forest?
I think that's better. Yeah.
Because that would and then all the men camp in the forest as well, because that would mean that if they find our vehicles, they're going to think we're in there, and they're going to search the vehicles.
Or maybe we could split in two, maybe, and have one in the vehicles, one part in the vehicles, one part in the forest. Because what if they come and destroy our vehicles in the night? That would be horrible.
All right. 1 man per vehicle. Joseph can sleep in the firing platform, and then everyone else in the forest.
Okay, so we got like 20 people that need to stay separated from the rest of the group because we got like 5 vehicles, right?
Or no, not 20 vehicles. So we have the police interceptor, the semi,
Uh-huh.
and then we have six. We have six pickup trucks. So that's a total of
Oh,
8
so
vehicles.
less. Yeah,
We
8.
need
Okay.
Trevor
Well,
and
then 8 people.
so we will have a total, and then Joseph's also going to be in the firing platform, so it's 9 people, and then you, Will, and then 6 Southern Discomfort guys, and all 14 of the guys we picked up on the side of the road will be in the forest. That would be my plan anyway.
So I just didn't understand. Should I and Will and Trevor be with you or with the recruits?
With the other guys.
Yeah. Okay.
And
We'll
then
be with the other
Southern
guys.
Comfort is split evenly between the vehicles in the forest.
Okay. Well, sounds like a better plan than what we had. So better.
It's certainly better than everyone being in the vehicles because I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like the new guys would be like on top of each other basically.
Yeah. The new guys are.
That's actually
Still-
a really funny mental image. Just like imagine, so there's 6 vehicles, 14 of them. Imagine 3 guys in a truck bed all trying to sleep.
Yeah, that's probably wouldn't work. Uh, uh, it might even be like counterproductive. And camping is always relaxing in nature, especially when you've got Soviets chasing you. But
All right,
no, this is better.
what do you think? What do you think, Will?
It's probably the best thing to do. I mean, we need to let everybody sleep, so we gotta make a call some way or the other. So
That kind of sounds like what we said, yeah. I have 13 on that.
I have 2, but I also have a -2 for being intoxicated. But I got a natural. Total result is actually 20 altogether. Natural 20.
Mhm. Probably walk up and down the length of the stopped convoy and make sure, like, just see who's up. Particularly, he wants to talk to the guy who has no brakes and Well, he wants to talk to particularly the guy who has no brakes, because I'd like to get a look at it and figure out if it is something we can jerry rig a solution to, or if it is something we would need parts for. Oh, I just wanted to ask permission to look at his truck and see if I can, because my intention for looking at the truck is I want to see if it's possible for me to engineer a solution to it, or if I would need to actually go and get parts to fix the brakes. All right. Should I roll mechanics or craft or? All right. Natural 20 with a bonus of 4. Is this with my knowledge of automobiles? Do I know if it is necessary for a car to have all of its brake fluid, or if I can kind of siphon some? Yeah, me neither. We should call up Varg. I watched one of his Thulean perspective videos, and he was like, he spent the entire time fixing his car and also singing Erica and driving. Anyway, so one would think that brake fluid likely is like, is it some kind of, I'm trying to think of the word, hydraulic? Or is it like a hydraulic solution? Because if so, then that would mean less brake fluid means less efficient brakes. If I'm
That's what I imagine. I think it would. I think if you didn't have any, it would just really damage your brake pads, probably. So it's probably just gonna like cause more damage over time if you keep driving with nothing. But you could probably run with a little bit. Like we could probably manage to take some from another vehicle.
I'm actually looking up real quick, what is it made of? Okay. Mineral oil or silicone. Yeah, that's we could not just use water, I guess. Um, well, silicone is plastic. No, that's a really bad idea. I was thinking, like, what if we like tried to melt plastic and use it? That's a really bad idea. It definitely wouldn't just harden and
Let's see what could go wrong.
used ever. Why don't we try?
So there are variations that are oil and ironically enough, we have half of the ingredients.
You're cutting out a lot. If you could say that again.
Sorry about that. I'm just going to jump over my phone. I was going to say there are types of brake fluid that are alcohol and castor oil based. So we have alcohol. We just need to find some sort of castor oil.
Well, I guess with trying to get pure ethanol, like alcohol, best way of doing that would probably be get some of that moonshine, boil it, trap the what's it called, vapor, because that'll be the alcohol, and then that's how you get it. That's how you separate it from the rest. Because I know alcohol has a higher boiling or lower boiling point than water. So
Really
if you boil,
I think it depends on how strong the moonshine is. If they've watered it down to be more palatable, it's probably, yeah, we definitely need to re-extract it. But if they left it pretty pure from the still, I mean, this could be like jet fuel in a bottle, basically.
well, Will would be the alcohol guy, so I'll say to Finley, the guy whose truck it is, I'm gonna go get one of my compatriots who has a special knowledge in certain chemical solutions, and I'm gonna see if we can't manufacture brake fluid. Yeah. And then
I guess the big question is, do we have any oil or anything oil based?
Gasoline. That probably doesn't fit the bill, does it?
I was thinking more vegetable oil,
Yeah.
or something along that line.
A big part of me is tempted to look up how to make vegetable oil, but I feel like we don't have any vegetables.
I imagine we probably would be aware if we had it, so I guess we'll just have to keep going, and unless you have any other ideas, we'll just have to keep moving and then keep an eye out to procure some. I'm totally fine with this idea.
Do we want to take a jaunt into town then?
Sounds good to me.
We will. It's probably not a good idea to take the semi or the police car because those are easily recognizable. But any one of the trucks that doesn't have, so there are two of them that don't have damage, right? All right. I'll ask permission to use one of them, and I will round up. I'll round up Mr. Freitas and Mr. Summers, and we will. My particular plan of action is, if they are okay with it, is we could do what you said and try to find a fast food restaurant or a grocery store anywhere where we could get castor oil or vegetable oil.
Or any deep fryer. Realistically, anything we can find, or if we find an auto shop, that would be even better.
Yeah, actual brake fluid instead of moonshine and vegetable oil.
I'm sure there's an actual car guy out there that would be shaking his head, but
So are we going to go north or south, by the way? The nearest settlement would be north, I think. Well, actually, it depends how far down this road we are. I think. No, I said I said we were going to go south from there because I didn't want to be near any settlements. All right. I'm gonna roll that natural one.
Lol.
I got a 17, so I wasn't sure what you want to do with that, Jeremy.
Are any of them? Do any of them appear abandoned? Well,
Doesn't quite mean they're abandoned. The fact that they're not in use properly. Maybe somebody's cooking like heroin there.
I say we find one of those places. We have our resident athlete, Fernando, kick down the door,
Yes.
and then we run in there and point guns at whoever's inside until they get out, and then we rummage through the place.
Okay. I could kick the door down. I'll try to open it first.
Good idea. I hadn't thought of that.
Possible.
Path of least resistance.
Oh, you know what? Yes, that is the art of war. So yeah.
The art of storming a McDonald's.
Yes. After it's been abandoned. It shouldn't be locked, I would imagine, but who knows? I'll board it. Alright. Well, if the door is boarded up, that means we can't enter from the main entrance, so we have to find an alternative or remove the boards and try again.
Best alternative would be probably breaking a window then.
Yeah. If the windows are also boarded, then I guess not, but we don't know that yet, so.
Are the
Let's
windows
see what are the
clear
windows
of
like?
obstacles?
Hmm.
Plywood is
Do you
easier
have
to
like,
break.
yeah, but do you have like an
Can we,
axe or like oh,
Can we see if this McDonald's has a ball pit area? Like one of those little place areas? Just. I'm trying to visualize it. Roll a d20. I rolled an 11. Awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I was at one recently. It was in, I think, like Iowa or something, and the fun area is actually closed, and I assume it probably has been since COVID. Yeah.
One of the happy, fun centers. I love it. Yeah, I guess breaking a window is probably our best option unless we can find a back door.
Oh yeah, back door.
Can't break them.
That'll be locked though, and back doors to restaurants are generally going to open outwards, so kicking it down isn't an option.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well, what
All right.
do we not have like a piece of metal to just use as a, as a lever, not lever, but
Oh, like a
We
crowbar?
we did
like
pick
a
up a crowbar
crowbar.
from one of the guys that we had run into at the bar.
But we need to like just vandalize the place. What are we like so picky about? It's just an abandoned fast food chain.
I think if we use that crowbar, we could probably, if we really tried, get in. Though
Yeah,
we might damage
we
the
could
crowbar.
totally get in. Come on, the crowbar is just a piece of metal. It should be harder than wood.
Well, the door wouldn't be wooden, would it?
I don't know. Well, what could it be? Metal?
I think it would be a metal door.
Well, then,
It's
I
a
mean,
back door.
even if it's metal, it's worth a try. But we're not gonna like break the crowbar. Definitely not. We could just we may bend it a little bit, but it probably wouldn't break.
You
We
want to
could
do the
try.
honors then?
Yes, I'll do my um, crowbar attempt to just see if I can find a place where I can lodge like one end in with like yeah, grab it on the other end, on the very end, and try to maximize the amount of power I gain from the long arm, like having a longer arm, basically. But, like removing a nail from like a board or something.
Yeah, you're trying to use as much leverage to try and
leverage.
pry the door open.
Yeah, I want to have maximum leverage. Just try. If it doesn't open, then well, it doesn't open. But I mean, if the windows are boarded up, then we can try the windows as well, and it doesn't have to be the door. It could be either the windows or the door, whichever one is less defended. Yeah, I'll try to. Yeah, I'll get rid of the boards. Okay. Oh man, fun times. I got a 13. Oh my god. Yeah, that would be my reaction as well. But I mean, what the fuck? Why
Wait,
is
what
he
did
so
you do?
surprised? Oh, oh man. Whoa. I'm glad I didn't see. I'm glad my eyes weren't adjusted to the darkness right away. Let's just put it that way. Um, okay, I'm gonna put that board back, and I'm just gonna tell the others that it was just some kind of homosexual crackheads inside.
Homosexual crackheads. What
Yep.
has this country come to?
I mean, it's come
Back in my
to.
day, the crackheads were upstanding citizens with wives and children.
Yeah, Will's just gonna have a very confused look on his face. He's not sure he heard Fernando correctly, but
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter what they are, homosexual or heterosexual. The point is, they're crackheads, and they were like with their pants down. So I can only imagine what the hell they're doing inside. But anyway, do we want to go inside?
I mean, I'm not sure I want to anymore,
Yeah.
but we kind of have
let's
to.
get the grease and let's get out of here. The sooner we get in, the sooner we get out.
Okay, I'm gonna remove that.
So Will's gonna push the door in and just kind of climb on in.
Remove that board, aim the gun inside, and just shoot a few times with all the animals and you know.
How'd they get in here?
All right, I'm actually curious. How did they get out? Where did they get out from? Oh, okay. They know. Oh, they know. They probably use the ventilation.
Yeah, they probably ran out the back.
Maybe,
Okay,
maybe they're
whatever.
the owners. Maybe they're the owners.
Yeah,
They have the key.
yeah, they are at this point. Okay, so let's look for whatever we're looking for. Well, that's not a problem. We get that. Everybody, right? Okay. This one wasn't a good one.
Natural 20.
Yay! Okay, good job. Are we gonna use that for fuel?
No.
No.
This is for brake fluid.
All right, for brake fluid. Okay, okay.
We just need this and moonshine. And we have
Good to
moonshine.
go. We do.
Have it. Okay, well, I guess we found what we're looking for. Let's just get it over to the vehicle. So
Perfect.
I'll just grab one end and you grab the other end, and I guess we just put it out.
Sure.
Oh, but is it like a box or is it like a barrel? And how heavy is it? Can you carry it in one hand, or do you need like multiple people to carry it? Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna grab a few and then go out.
Can I check? Like, I'm gonna. I suppose I couldn't really check the till because there wouldn't be much point because people aren't using U.S. dollars anymore. But is there anything else of note that I could take? Like, did the crackheads have any guns?
They had their guns blazing a couple of moments ago.
Well, that's just vulgar of you to say.
Well, I felt like
That's an
saying
18
it.
and all.
Oh. Oh, yeah. But I mean, they had to have left by now, these crackheads. Yeah, I got a 5. I mean, I'm not gonna beat your roll, so I think stick with yours. Yeah, I roll a 5, which is very low, so don't think that achieves it. I find crackheads' pants. Aha. Oh, even better. Just what I needed. Used drug paraphernalia. Fantastic.
I remember that, yeah.
Okay.
That was like session 2, wasn't it? Session 1 even. Well, I got an 18. I don't know if you heard that. All right. That will come in handy.
Yeah, you can give that to the unarmed guys.
Exactly.
They won't be so useless. Oh, that's sad.
That's all right.
Well, it's better than nothing. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They'll
I guess
fight
with
for,
that,
they'll fight for like 2 rounds and then they're like, well, Okay,
We can get out of
but I mean,
here then, I think.
yeah.
Unless
We-
anyone has anything else to do.
I mean, we found what we needed, right? So let's just transport the vegetable oil.
All
Yes,
right.
we're gonna go jump in the ball pit.
I'm
I think we're
doing-
good.
Jump in the ball pit. Yeah.
We might take 5 minutes to jump in the ball pit.
Oh,
Hey, I'm not jumping in there. What the fuck? Fuck that.
I will just because it's hilarious.
Okay,
yeah.
you guys do that. I'm just gonna
My
do the hard
disease
work. Carry
resistance
this.
is 2. So I got a 15.
I got an 11.
Did you add your disease resistance?
Yeah, that's a 9 plus 2.
I gotcha.
Okay, good. Oh no, I completely agree.
You never know how many junkies peed there.
Yeah,
I doubt
this isn't cleaned recently either. So on a good day, I would be questionable to wonder what. Definitely. Yeah, we're just trying to relieve some stress. It's very stressful being in the middle of Soviet territory. So
Helps soothe the mind. I know.
Is that going to be a craft check? All right. And before I do that, our resident alcoholic, William, is the moonshine? Is it pure? Is it close enough to pure alcohol that it could probably be used, or is this, or do we need to extract?
so Joseph would probably know that this is more of like just an actual like solvent. It's not meant necessarily to be like flammable. So even like 50% like watered down alcohol is plenty enough. So like regardless if it's been watered down or if it's pure, we can either add water. Like Joseph would probably have an idea of the viscosity he would be looking for. And it's about a 50-50 ratio anyway, so I think between the two of us we could figure something out.
Yeah, yeah. Um, In that case, I will. So we got a whole jug of the oil. So we can probably experiment. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do a
So-
little test. Sorry, you could do a little sample. It doesn't have to be all of it.
Is it possible I could? Is it possible that I could? I guess I'll just try to 50-50 it, you know. See if
Eyeball.
eyeball it, yeah. I'll just make the check. I'll just make the check. 16. Awesome.
I mean, great. Aren't cars brakes like disc brakes? I don't know. I'm not a car mechanic. I don't know. I was wondering how a car's brakes work. I think they're like disc brakes, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there's a brake fluid line that probably runs everything together. So that's probably what
But
got damaged.
the fluid is what pushes the brake, of course.
All right. Now, this is going to be the failure.
No.
6.
Okay, I guess so. Well, nobody succeeds from the first try. I'll say that as a kind of a phrase that might help Joseph not get too annoyed at this unfortunate failure.
I'm not annoyed so much as I am focused.
Puzzled.
I guess. Puzzled and focused, yeah. Oftentimes those overlap. Does anyone else have any ideas for how we can plug this hole?
Well, with glue and with tape, or with some kind of a, maybe you can tie it or like push it with like steel wire, like a wire, or not steel wire, but any kind of wire. If we have wires, so copper wires, we could like tie it up and push it, pull it.
I swear it's come up at
It's
some point whether or not we have welding equipment. Oh yeah, it did because I was modifying the van, but that was welding equipment we had at the base, so we didn't bring it with us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean welded. I mean tie it with like we have the copper for stale, the wires.
We don't have a lot of that.
Well, we don't. Okay. Well, I was just wondering, maybe we could use it as some kind of tying equipment that could like work for just as long as we need it for, like maybe like, I don't know, not permanent, but just to get the job done. Or something like that. I don't really know. Maybe to create insulation in some other way. I don't know. Make it thicker so that it doesn't like just leak the fluid. Or burn it, or you could just, if anybody has a lighter, if somebody smokes from the guys, maybe they could just give you a lighter. Maybe you could like melt the plastic and do that.
Well, so what kind of plastic were you talking about melting?
Well, any kind of, well, there's all kinds of like plastics we could use, but I'm just thinking maybe one of those like any kind of plastic. Just if we like collect a lot of like rubbish, kind of like maybe some kind of maybe not container, but we could even melt what are they called, the jugs that the thing came with, and use that as material.
Yeah.
And if you burn it, then if it melts, and then you could use the melted thing as glue, like silicone. Silicone.
Yeah.
You could like.
If only we had some flex tape.
Yeah, that's right.
Flex bond.
Steel clear.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's anything we can scavenge off of other vehicles, or I mean, worst comes to worst, we can always run back into town and try and find an abandoned vehicle. But yeah, I'm liking that idea.
Logo.
That sounds like the healthiest option.
Well, the junkies will start thinking we're junkies.
It'll smell like McDonald's.
We're gonna like get high off the burning plastic, and they'll be like thinking, they're actually on a higher level.
Can I try the melted plastic solution? All right, is that going to be craft? Modified 20.
Wow. Amazing.
All right.
Bill's just like have been sitting back observing, and he's just going to shake his head and say, "Joseph, I don't know how you keep doing it, but you got quite the talent."
He's got a knack for makeshift solutions.
This guy can fix anything. He's a MacGyver.
Yeah, I'm sure he could give him enough time and ideas, and he'll get us to space in no time. They should hire him to work on a space project. Once this is all over, I'm
A
saying.
whole different animal.
Okay.
I'm thinking of going into politics after this. You know.
All right. Yes. Yes.
I'm thinking I'm a war hero against the Soviets. You know.
Okay.
I see no reason I shouldn't be the next president of the United States.
You're looking for something really broken to fix, it looks like, but
Yes. You'll have a lot of fixing to do.
Or at least make me like Secretary of Defense, you know? That's right up my alley at this point.
Well, yeah, we got some experience. So.
I would suggest one of you two could be president, but I don't think
I don't even know.
Fernando is
That'd be
citizen.
president of human relations.
ironically, Will would probably end up as like the ATF, you know, like some ATF guy, just deal with all the alcohol and tobacco.
Oh yeah.
You get to have all the confiscated stuff.
I don't know if that's what people that are in politics would do. Get all the confiscated.
I'm sure most of them do not, but it's funny to think.
I was more thinking like they just sit and don't do anything. And they're like just come out, say a couple of words, and that's it.
I'll go find Finley and tell him you have breaks now.
Yeah, he won't be thinking I'm gonna, crash and die every like couple of moments. He needs to like take a turn. Imagine he goes to like take a turn, has no brakes, is speeding, and just dies. That would be sad. But not anymore. He's got brakes. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna do a standing ovation for you. Yeah, I'm gonna do a standing ovation for you.
Hey.
I'm just gonna clap. Hooray!
What I was saying though about you sound infomercial. It's like before, whenever I was driving, I was constantly thinking, "I'm gonna die." But now,
Yeah. Yes.
with shining vegetable oil, with Joseph Breckenridge's patented new product, you don't have to do that.
No. You could save your life and help the environment by recycling crazy shit like that. Perfect. This could be a great product for sure. Remember the recipe. I think the recipe is quite simple. So there's a problem solved. Good job.
I suppose there is the problem of the tires, but that's going to be harder to solve, and it's less immediate.
Yeah, that's harder to solve. Especially if the car's also got the rim bent, then you're definitely in for a lot of trouble. Well, it's just gonna ride like unevenly. Yeah. But can you imagine like the wobbling wheel? If there's like cars around them, I don't see why we couldn't just, take their parts as well. But
Yeah, if we can find a car to either like hot wire or even find abandoned and just put gas into it. Maybe that's what's wrong with some of the abandoned vehicles around here. It's definitely possible.
yeah, we're not stealing; we're just taking them.
They've been left abandoned. We're cycling.
Yeah, and also, who's gonna use these cars? Like nobody. If there are any, I mean, are there any cars around? Can we do like a perception check for cars around? Okay. Am I looking for like um, some kind of clues as to there was car activity? I got an 11. Okay, well, I only did 11, so I don't think that's much.
I rolled low as well. I got a 6 altogether.
That's kind of the lower section of the D20.
We find a golf cart.
Oh, I did not. Sorry. And that's foraging. 15.
Okay, well, where's our key? Oh, it's not a key, it's like a wrench. We got a wrench. Yeah. How are we gonna get it off of the axle? Or wherever it goes. There should be like a tool.
Yeah, they might have a tool set in the trunk.
Yeah, maybe. You might also use like some kind of alternative again somehow. I don't know. There should be like not pliers, but yeah, pliers type kind of stuff maybe you could use, but you'd have to be really strong to do it with like pliers, but I'm really strong to do it. Because it's cool that we found it, but how are we gonna get it off of the wheel? I mean, out of the car without breaking it. Maybe somebody has it in our like from our like whole squad of people. Okay, perfect. Well, then it's not a problem. Then it should be very easy. It shouldn't take any effort to do it. Awesome. Okay. Well then. Well, let's just roll the tire to the other vehicle and bish bash bosh.
+4. Sorry, what was that? Yep. And we only got one.
Is it? Can we go back to town and make another search, or is that not possible?
All right. Let's go do that, I guess.
I mean, that's naturally what we do.
I rolled low again. I rolled a 9 altogether.
Well, I got a 9 as well.
17.
17. Yeah. So we can fix all the cars.
Yeah. We'll try not to get the entire convoy shot up again.
So that was we could have just I was just saying that I don't know if it was possible to get past the blockade without going that way or doing it in that way. Maybe there was another option, but I hope at the time I did that.
Um, I have to get going in a little bit. You guys can go on without me if you want.
I mean, here it's like very late for me as well.
Yeah, we're kind of at a
It's,
critical stage, so it's entirely up to you. We can call the game here if you guys want.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm fine. I don't actually feel, yeah.
Especially since like we're coming up to what's going to be probably one of the more important sessions of the entire campaign.
We got ourselves in a good spot, though. We got ourselves in a good spot.
Yeah.